Okay, so today we'll be discussing about Mendel and his laws of inheritance. As you can guys see the topic here, Mendel and his laws of inheritance. So first of all, let me give you an introduction of Mendel. Who was Mendel, when he was born in? So let me guys tell you about that first. So Mendel was born in 1822. He was born in 1822 and he was died in 1884. 1884. So he is an Austrian monk. Now, basically, what is monk? Monk is like a priest. So, what he was doing, he lived in a church. Outside of that church, there is a garden of him. So, in that garden, there were peas. So, he suddenly got outside of his church and he saw peas there. So for peas, we have biological name that is Pisum sativum. So he explained the mechanism of heredity, and he that's why he's known as the father of genetics, right? So let me tell you when he worked and how many years did he work. So he started working on the experiment of the genetics in 1856. He worked on the experiments for 7 years. Like he started working in 1856 until 1863, he was working on the experiments. He worked for 7 years while his work was published in 1865. Like when he published his work, it didn't get famous. Why it didn't get famous? Because no one is believing him. How can he give laws on the inheritance? So no one was believing him. But in 1900, in 1900, three scientists came and they rediscovered his idea. So they rediscovered his idea and then he got famous. And then his laws were proved and all were like believing his laws. Then he got famous into the people. So why he choose pea plant? Like he can choose any other plant as well. Why he choose only pea plant? Because pea plant has a contrasting traits. Like there are so many traits. It can either be yellow or green. It can have either flower of white color or can have a violet color. It can have a full form of pod or can it can have a constricted pod as well. So it has so many characters. So because of these contrasting traits, he chose pea plants. Second reason, large number of seeds. Like their growth is they have a very rapid growth. Like they are growing very fast. Third, they are annual plants. So these are the reasons why he choose pea plants only. So as you can guys see here, these are seven traits which he studied. So the first trait is seed. Let me use marker. So first of all, here is seed. So in seed, he has two characters. Like the one character is form. Like it can either be round or wrinkled. So round and wrinkled are the traits. But talking about its form, it is the character. So character we have that is form. While talking about its traits, so these are round and wrinkled. It can either be round or can be wrinkled too. Second, cotyledon. So it can have either cotyledon of yellow color or can have a green color too. So yellow and green are the traits, while cotyledon is the character. Second, flower. So flower color is the character, and white and violet are the traits. Like it can either be white or it can either be violet too. So this is flower color, which is the trait, and white and violet are the traits. So now we have pod. As we discussed about seed, so now we have pod. Now pod form. So pod form is the character and it has like traits of full or constructed. So it can either have a port form of full or constricted. So fifth we have that is port color. So port color can be green or yellow too. So green and yellow are the traits, while port color is the character. So last we have stem. Let me mark here. So stem place. So these can either be on the axial part. Axial part means, let me give you an example. So like this is our body. This is our body which is in the center, right? These are in the center. While your hands are on the axial part, means on the side parts, the things which lies are axial. So here you can see this is a stem. Their leaves are on the side of the stem. So these are axial. So either they can be axial or they can be on the terminal as well. So terminal, how on the terminal? Like on the last part of this stem, as you can guys see here. So this is terminal and this is we have that is axial part. So either their flowers or their leaves can be on the axial part, or their leaves or flowers can be on the terminal part as well. So axial and terminal are what? They both are traits, while stem place is the character. Last we have that is stem size. Like it can either be tall or dwarf or short. So tall and short or tall or dwarf are the traits, while stem size is the character. So these are 7 characters which he studied. These are as contrasting characters. That's why he chose the plant which is pea plant, Pisum sativum. Let me mark here. So these were the 7 characters which he studied. So now we are going to study the first law of Mendel, which is the law of complete dominance. Okay, let me use marker. So it is the law of complete dominance. Law of complete dominance. Okay. So let me guys give you an example of dominance first, right? So for suppose there are 2 girls. One is this and other is this. Okay. I don't know are these looking girls or not, but these are girls. Okay. So these are 2 girls. They are fighting. Okay. So one girl has defeated. One girl has defeated this girl. This girl has defeated this girl. Means now this will express herself. When it will express herself, means this is dominant, because she is expressing herself. So this is dominant. While she is being defeated by this girl, so she is known as recessive. Recessive and dominant. So dominant. So for suppose this is A girl and this is B girl, right? So A, we can say that now A is dominant over B, because A has defeated B. A is dominant, so we can say that now A is dominant over B and B is recessive because A has defeated B. So this is the concept of dominance and recessive. So we'll be studying this. Okay, so first of all, he saw peace plants and he made crossing between them. Like if this is a tall plant I have. If this is a tall plant, it would be represented with a double T, which 2 will be capital. So these 2 T's will be making 2 gametes, because the first process is to form gametes, right? One big T will be going there, one big T will be going there. And when the crossing will be happening between them, they produce one single plant which would be tall, because this is the homozygous condition. In homozygous there are 2 traits which are similar, like as you can guys see here, I am reading. So Mendel took gene as a factor. He told that both parents donate one factor of a trait. like both parents, one from the mother side and one another from the father side. They'll be giving they'll be donating one trait. So if both the parents donate same factor, like if I have a mother, if I have a father, those both are tall. So TT, big T, capital T, and capital T. So that would be homozygous condition. There will be pure tall, and there would be homozygous condition. As I give you an example here, this was homozygous condition. While talking about heterozygous, so let me guys give you an example too. For this trait like pure tall, so as I give you an example TT, same as the pure short TT. So here TT, if both are recessive here in this condition, both were dominant, right? If both are recessive, wait, let me give you an example. If I am crossing between the two dwarf plants, so they would produce one plant which will be of that two will be dwarf. Okay, so this is the homozygous condition. I hope this is clear to you now. So homozygous condition. On the other hand, if both parents donate different factors, like if I have a mother and if I have a father, mother is having a gene of tallness while father has a gene of dwarfness. So one is coming of tall. Wait, let me make here. This is of mother. This is of father. When crossing will be happening between them, they would produce T, T. But that 2 will be true, not true, but the tall. Why it will be tall? Because of the dominance condition. Like this T is dominant over this T and this T is recessive. So this T is dominant over this T and this T has defeated this T. So they'll produce all tall because of the complete dominance. So this is the first law of Mendel, which is the law of complete dominance, which means the one allele will be dominant over another allele. So those are basically dominance situation, and one will be in the recessive. So let's see here what they are saying. On the other hand, if parents donate different factors, as I told you, allele of a trait, so the organism is hybrid or heterozygous. We can also say hybrid or heterozygous for the trait. So if we have this situation, a big T or the capital T and the small t. So this situation is known as heterozygous. Heterozygous because one T is capital, which is showing tallness, and another is small, which is showing dwarfness. So this is heterozygous condition, or we can say that this is hybrid condition, and we can say this is monohybrid. Why monohybrid? Because they have only one character. There are two different alleles, but one character. So that character is having the information of height, right? Either it can be tall or dwarf. So that is basically hybrid, and monohybrid means it has two different alleles but one character. They are studying only one character, so this is monohybrid. Okay. So in one of his experiment, he took pure tall stem and short stem varieties and crossed them. Now what he did basically. Okay, let me slide it down so that I can write. So it was selfing because he was crossing between tall and tall plant and dwarf plant. Now what he did, he said, now I'll be making cross between the two different plants. Like if one is tall, then another should be dwarf. If this is TT, then this should be small t, small t. It is showing tallness. Let me write here. Tallness, and this is showing dwarfness. Okay, so now first of all we know that gametes will be formed. So here instead of writing two T's, I am writing only single T, which means tall. It is showing tall. Here I am also writing single T, which means dwarf. Like if there would be cross between these tall plants, it would definitely produce tall plant. And if there is a cross between these dwarf plants, so it will always produce dwarf plant. But if I am making cross between them, like now how he did, as we know that plants are bisexual, right? Plants have ovary and anthers as well. Now what he did, wait, let me use another marker. I'm using black. Okay, so what he did, as we know that plants are bisexual, which means it has anther, these are anther, and this is ovary, right? This is ovary. Now what he did for making it female, because we want other characters, I want to make it female so that it can make cross with male. So if I want to make it female, what I'll be doing, I'll be removing its one anther and other anther as well. Wait, I have removed this whole. Okay, let me make it here. So here is the plant. So I have removed this anthers. So removing those anthers from the plant is known as emulsification. So emasculation, what is the process? Emasculation is a process in which we are removing anthers from the plant to make it female. So now it is female. Now what I did, now it will work as a female. And now I am doing bagging here so that no pollen grains should be attached to it. So now it is female, right? Now I'll be making it cross with the male plant. For suppose this is male plant, here are the anthers. So now it would make cross with this if I put some pollen grains in it. These are pollen grains, right? So these are pollen grains. So now for putting those pollen grains, I remove this bagging, because if there would be bagging, I would not be able to put this pollen grains inside, right? So I have put pollen grains into it. Now I'll again close this. Like first of all I did bagging. Now this is re-bagging, because I did bagging, then again I'm doing, so that is re-bagging. So now what it is? Now I have made it cross with the male flower. Now pollen grains are here as well. Now for suppose the mother plant was tall, so double T, and the father plant was dwarf, not capital T, but small. Okay, so this is small t. It would produce the gamete, which would be of tall. It would also produce the gamete, which will be of dwarf. When the crossing will be happening between them, it will produce what? It will produce one capital T and other small t, which means tall and dwarf situation. So now this capital T is dominant over this small t. Means what the phenotype of this will be? This would be tall. This would be what? This would be tall. So Mendel was very shocked. Like Mendel said, if I'm making cross between tall and dwarf plant, why dwarf plants aren't coming? Why only tall plants are coming? Like in F1 generation, this is F1 generation, filial 1 generation. So in filial 1 generation, all what were coming? All tall plants were coming. As you can guys see here. Wait. So this is filial 1 generation. In filial 1 generation, all tall plants were coming. Phenotype is the morphological structure, while genotype is the information in the gene, right? So in phenotype, all were the tall plants. So Mendel was very shocked. Like if I made cross between tall and dwarf plant, so why it has produced the tall plants? Why not dwarf plant? So this is all because of the law of complete dominance, as capital T is dominant over this small t. That's why this capital T has defeated this Now this small t is recessive and this capital T is dominant. So this is the law of complete dominance. So here we have talked about the law of complete dominance and the Mendel's introduction. In next video, we'll be going with the exceptions of first law of Mendel. So we'll be studying those in the next class.